Imagine being at the absolute peak of the world. You have everything: the fame, the records, the love of millions. And then suddenly, the lights go out. For 4 long years, the stage stays empty. The microphones are silent. In the fast-paced world of K-pop, 4 years is an eternity. Groups rise and fall in months. So, the question wasn't just, when will BTS come back? The real, terrifying question was, will anyone still be waiting? On April 9, 2026, under a torrential downpour at Goyang Stadium, 7 men stepped out of the shadows to answer that question. Today, we aren't just talking about a concert. We're talking about the greatest reclamation of a throne in music history. This is the story of the Arirang era. To understand why that rainy night in Goyang was so special, we have to go back. Back to the day the last member enlisted. For the first time in a decade, there was no BTS. Think about the psychology of that. These 7 men had spent their entire youth in the spotlight. Suddenly, they were soldiers. They were numbers. They were in barracks, far away from the screaming fans. During this time, the media kept asking, who is the next BTS? We saw new groups, new hits, new trends. But as the years passed, something strange happened. The purple ocean didn't dry up. It grew deeper. Armies weren't just waiting. They were preparing. This period wasn't a hiatus, it was a pressure cooker. And when the pressure finally released with the announcement of the Arirang album, the internet didn't just break. It shattered. On March 20th, we finally got it. Arirang. Now, if you're looking for a typical pop album, this isn't it. This is a diary. The word Arirang is deeply rooted in Korean soul. It's about longing, about crossing a hill, about pain and triumph. In their Netflix documentary, Suga mentioned that he wrote most of his verses while staring at a fence during his service. You can feel that weight in the tracks. The album doesn't try to be dynamite or butter. It's darker. It's more mature. It deals with the fear of aging, the reality of duty, and the haunting thought that maybe, just maybe, the world moved on without them. But the irony? That vulnerability is exactly what made the world lean in closer. Now, let's talk about April 9th. The opening night of the world tour. The weather forecast was a nightmare. A massive storm hit Seoul. In any other situation, you'd expect a delay or a cancellation. But the gates opened. 60,000 people stood there, drenched, holding their army bombs. When the intro for Arirang started, the rain was so thick you could barely see the stage. And then they appeared. No umbrellas. No raincoats. Just 7 men walking into the storm. There's this one specific moment, it's already gone viral, where V is performing a solo sequence. He's completely soaked, his hair matted to his face, dancing through puddles. He slips slightly, but he doesn't stop. He smiles. It wasn't a perfect, polished idol performance. It was raw. It was human. Suga later said, the rain felt like the years we spent away. It was heavy, it was cold, but it made the light look more beautiful. That's the storytelling of BTS. They take a disadvantage, a literal storm, and turn it into a cinematic masterpiece. So, what does this tell us? In a world obsessed with the next big thing, BTS proved that some things are timeless. They didn't come back to compete with the new generation. They came back to show that their bond with their audience transcends the typical fan-idol relationship. It's a shared history. The Arirang tour isn't just a series of concerts. It's a victory lap for a group that stayed together through the most difficult transition a K-pop group can face. They went away as idols, and they came back as legends. If you were standing in that rain in Goyang, you weren't just watching a show. You were witnessing the start of a new chapter, one where the kings don't just wear crowns, they wear the scars and the stories of the last 4 years. The lights are back on. And this time, they're brighter than ever. And I'll see you in the next one.